Hello, friends. Welcome back again on the I Have a Vision Academy YouTube channel. In short, I Have Academy. So, without any further ado, let's start our polity session. This is a basic class of polity. We will deal today with the core of the polity, constitution, but the basics of constitution, not in depth. So, what is the constitution? Constitution is nothing but a law book. What kind of law book? Codified law book. What is codified in this law book? The laws that are made and implemented in a country are codified in a single law book, which is called constitution. As easy as that. This is kind of very common definition. So going forward, if I say a good definition or a better definition, so constitution is a organic and fundamental law of land, yeah, you can say country, which defines the conception, character, organization, of governance or government, and defines its sovereign powers and manner pardon for this beautiful calligraphy that I have written. So constitution is an organic and fundamental law of land or country which defines the conception, the character, and the organization of government and governance, and defines its sovereign powers and manner to exercise them. So this is some technical definition of constitution. Now I will explain you each and every time in the bracket. Okay, let's start with organic. What does organic represent? Organic represents something which is alive or which can be amended or changed in accordance to time. Yes, you are right. I am talking about amendments. So for the example of amendments, with the example of amendments, we can quote that our constitution is organic. I think so far we have 103 or 104 amendments. So it is a organic law of land. What is the fundamental? Means it is the cornerstone. Okay. The basic stone, the ground stone of the building. That is means the fundamental, very basic. Law of land, which defines the conception, the character and the organization. Means the constitution of a country will define its polity. Okay. How does the government has been formed? What is the organizational structure of a government? And what is the character of the government? Okay. Going further, it also defines its sovereign power. It's mean the government. The government's sovereign powers. The constitution will also define what powers can be exercised by the government. But the government can exercise the powers given to him in different ways. Your conception of power is different from mine conception. Okay. So to nullify this arbitrariness, the constitution also defines the manners to exercise them. This is the whole definition of constitution. Now the constitution can be of two types: written. I should rub it also. We will have more space. Written constitution, unwritten constitution. Now this is very basic part of polity. Okay. What is the difference between a written constitution and unwritten constitution? Is there any law book or not in unwritten constitution? How does one country remembers all the laws which are implemented in its soil? Can it be possible? Every citizen in that country has to master his mind to remember all the laws. So going with this logic, if you don't or can't remember the difference between written constitution and unwritten constitution, with this logic we can analyze that, or we can conclude that it can't happen that there is no codification of laws here. Okay. So what is the actual difference? I will tell you. What is this book? Constitution. Understand this. When the Constitution of India has been made, so ये पॉसिबिलिटी है क्या कि अब लॉज नहीं बन रहे इंडिया में? It means after the constitution has been formed, there are many issues and many areas in which there is no law. And you know that way the technical advancement is taking place, there are many much more fields in which legislation has been required. So it means apart from our constitution, there are many laws which are enacted in a country. So this is the form of written constitution. What is unwritten constitution? It simply means a legislature of a country. Example, UK. The legislature of a country will enact some laws from time and then, and they will make a book, a superficial book of this laws. So this is nothing but unwritten constitution. Okay. So what is the basic, the primary difference between a written constitution and a unwritten constitution? The basic and primary difference is whether the constituent assembly has been formed in the history of a country. What is constituent assembly? For now, understand in this way. These are a committee of people who form the constitution. This is nothing but constituent assembly. Means a special committee has been formed to form our constitution. Because see, there are many laws in our country. So this law book is very bulky. So an entire team is required to make this constitution. And this team is nothing but constituent assembly. So the primary and basic difference between a written constitution and an unwritten constitution is whether the constituent assembly has been formed in the history of a country. So this you should learn by heart. This is the basic, the primary difference. Constituent assembly. Here, no constituent assembly. Then this comes the second basic difference. Now in written constitution, it is an enacted constitution. What is enactment means? It means in legislature, in a law-making body, in a legislature, a bill has been presented by the representatives, okay? Voting has been done and the bill is passed. Now the bill has become an act. This is the process of enactment. So it is an enacted constitution, the written constitution. It means when the constitution is ready by the constituent assembly, it has been put in the legislature. Then the voting has been done, the signatures have been done, and thereafter the constitution as a bill has been passed by the legislature, means enacted. And you should remember this date. मुझे पता है आप सबने rectification मार रखा है. For India, the enactment of the constitution is November 1949. Coming to the third difference. Acha, I have not explained this. Evolved constitution. Evolve मतलब पोकेमोन की टर्म याद है, विकसित होना, वही है मतलब evolved. The number of legislatures or the bills has been made into an act by the parliament or legislature of a country. Now these all bills and laws are clubbed together to form a superficial book called Constitution, you may say. So this book is not prepared in a specific time. It has been evolving with the passage of more and more legislations. So this is an evolved constitution. Okay. Next difference. A written constitution can be rigid or flexible, and an unwritten constitution is always flexible. What is the difference between rigid and flexible? The constitution which can be amended easily is flexible, and the constitution which defines everything in crystal and crisp manner, that is a rigid constitution. And also it can't be amended easily, okay, like the special majority in India, the removal of president, the removal of judges, the 368 article itself amending, they are very hard. We have to acquire a special majority to amend these provisions. So a written constitution can be rigid or flexible in accordance to the way it is written, okay. It can define each and everything, every aspect of the governance, okay, or it may give the responsibility to the respective incumbent legislatures. बट अनरिटन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, अरे भाई जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कुछ है ही नहीं तो उसमें रिजिडिटी क्या करोगे डाल के? इट शुड बी फ्लेक्सिबल. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. बट अ फेडरल पॉलिटी हैज टू बी written constitution. What is federal polity? I think I will discuss it in other class. For the simplicity, it is nothing but not two forms. Federal means nothing but division of power between central government and state governments. This is what federal means in a layman term, okay. So a federal polity must have written constitution. Why? Because written constitution can be made rigid, but in unwritten constitution there is no provision of rigidity because there is no constitution, so it should be flexible. So federal polity can't enter here, it should be here only, okay. See, I am explaining again, written constitution can be rigid or flexible, क्योंकि अगर लेजिस्लेचर जो उस टाइम बना रहे हैं, कंस्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की आइडियोलॉजी ही ऐसी रही कि जो इनकम्बेंट लेजिस्लेचर्स होंगे, इंडिया के जो लेजिस्लेचर्स उस टाइम होंगे, इनकम्बेंट लेजिस्लेचर्स होंगे, वो अच्छा रूल बनाएंगे, वो अपनी पावर से गलत इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे. तो कंस्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली इटसेल्फ will make the provisions of constitution flexible. So written constitution can be made rigid or flexible, but if you want a federal polity, then written constitution is a must. Understood? Another term, unitary polity. What does unitary means? Exact opposite of federal. Central government will acquire all powers by itself. The state governments will be there, but only to implement the rules of the union or center. Okay, in UK we find state governments also, but these state governments are there for the implementation of the rules made by the center. Understand? So in a unitary polity, if there is no power given to states, so what does a rigid constitution will do here? It doesn't serve any purpose here. So unitary polity will be in consonance with unwritten constitution. Okay. Okay, absorb this, then I will rub it Done. One or two more difference. अच्छा, you have written examples ना? United Kingdom, not Uttarakhand, Saudi Arabia. Written constitution, India, USA, Canada. So these are for written constitution. Unwritten constitution, UK, Saudi, and many more examples. Okay. The important part comes here. When there is a constitution in a country, that too written, then the constitution is supreme. It means legislature, executive, judiciary. The constitution will sit upon these three. The constitution is supreme. All will govern in accordance to the provision of the constitution. The three of them can't violate the constitution. Coming here, the parliament is supreme. Why the parliament is supreme? Because there is no constitution itself. If there is no constitution, yes, we have a superficial book of constitution, but the law, that is the law papers that will be added in this superficial book, will be made by, yes, parliament itself. So parliament has absolute authority in evolving the constitution. Okay. Acha, if here the executive or legislation will try to dominate in each other area, so judiciary will come into place, and फिर से क्या लाएगी अपने साथ? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बुक. वो बोलेगी भैया लेजिस्लेचर, तुम तो अपने टेरिटरी से बाहर आए हो, तो तुमको दंड मिलेगा, बिकॉज यू हैव वायलेटेड द प्रोविजन ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, सो यू शुड गो बैक टू योर टेरिटरी. Okay, so the provision of constitution will be held supreme here. That is another difference. The examples I have given you. Okay, I think these differences are enough. So in our next class, we will be dealing with, this is the first kind of, not difference, division. First kind of division of the constitution term. Now the second part of the division is the term federal constitution and a unitary constitution. So in the next part we will start from this topic, and let's see what else we can include in this basic class. So if you have understood these topics, because I have explained in very lucid manner, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel. तब तक के लिए अलविदा. Thank you.